Social intelligence, in its simplest form, is the ability to understand and interact effectively with others. It's about navigating the complex web of human relationships, comprehending group dynamics, and interpreting the often subtle cues that guide our social interactions. In today's fast-paced, interconnected world, where technology shapes much of our communication, social intelligence is more critical than ever. It's a skill that allows us to build trust, foster collaboration, and create positive change in both our personal and professional lives. The foundations of social intelligence. To truly appreciate the power of social intelligence, it's important to understand how it differs from other forms of intelligence. We often hear about general intelligence, which measures our ability to solve abstract problems and process information. Then there's emotional intelligence, which focuses on understanding and managing our own emotions. Social intelligence, however, encompasses a broader spectrum of abilities. It's about effectively navigating social situations. It's about understanding the behaviors and motivations of others. And most importantly, it's about building meaningful, lasting relationships. Research suggests that these different forms of intelligence, while related, operate through distinct pathways in the brain and can be developed independently. One of the most fascinating discoveries in the field of social cognition is the role of mirror neurons. These specialized brain cells fire both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing the same action. This essentially creates a neural basis for empathy and social understanding, the art of reading people. Now, let's consider one of the most crucial aspects of social intelligence, the art of reading people. We've all had those moments where we can sense the tension in a room or feel the joy radiating from someone else. This ability to perceive and interpret nonverbal cues is essential for understanding the full story behind any interaction. Research has shown that up to 93% of our communication is nonverbal, making the art of reading people a vital skill. This includes facial expressions. From the 7 universal expressions identified by Dr. Paul Ekman: happiness, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, disgust, and contempt, to the fleeting micro-expressions that reveal hidden emotions, our faces are constantly communicating. Body language, how we hold ourselves, our gestures, and even our posture all convey information about our thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Voice tonality and paralanguage. The pitch, pace, volume, and rhythm of our speech, often referred to as paralanguage, can reveal more meaning than the words themselves. Consider the case of former FBI agent Joe Navarro, who spent 25 years reading people in high-stakes situations. He once identified a Russian spy, not through advanced surveillance, but by observing subtle changes in the suspect's baseline behaviors during routine conversations. Mastering the art of reading people requires us to tune into these silent signals, to develop a keen sense of observation and an understanding that our bodies are constantly sending messages, whether we intend to or not. Emotional attunement, the key to deeper connections. Beyond reading people's nonverbal cues, social intelligence involves understanding and responding to their emotions. This is where emotional attunement comes in. Emotional attunement is the ability to recognize, understand, and respond to both our own emotions and those of others. Think of it like a skilled musician who can detect subtle variations in pitch and tone. Developing emotional attunement allows us to navigate the complex symphony of human emotions with grace and understanding. This involves several key elements. Understanding and managing our own emotions. This starts with developing emotional granularity, a rich emotional vocabulary that helps us identify and label our feelings with precision. Recognizing emotions in others. This involves keen observation and a deep understanding of nonverbal cues. It also requires empathy, the ability to step into another person's shoes and understand their experiences. Building emotional resilience. Life is full of challenges, and developing the capacity to bounce back from setbacks is essential. This involves building an emotional buffer, a reservoir of positive experiences and coping strategies that help us weather emotional storms. Developing empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It goes beyond sympathy and requires us to actively engage with another person's emotional experience. Social dynamics and power structures. Our interactions are also influenced by a complex interplay of social dynamics and power structures. Whether we're in a family, workplace, team, or community organization, every group operates according to certain predictable patterns. Understanding these patterns is like gaining access to the source code of human social behavior. Group dynamics. The most effective groups balance speaking time among members and exhibit high levels of social sensitivity, the ability to read and respond to social cues. Status and hierarchy. While modern hierarchies may appear more fluid, subtle status dynamics still exist based on factors like expertise, connections, and problem-solving abilities. Social roles. The roles we play, whether as parent, professional, or friend, significantly influence our behavior and decision-making. Power dynamics. Power can be exercised through formal authority, expertise, social connections, or personal charisma. Effective leaders understand these dynamics and leverage them responsibly. The psychology of influence and persuasion. One of the most fascinating aspects of social intelligence is the ability to ethically influence and persuade others. This isn't about manipulation or coercion. It's about understanding the principles of human psychology and using them to create positive change. The core principles of influence, as identified by Dr. Robert Cialdini and others, include reciprocity. We are naturally inclined to return favors and feel obligated to repay those who have helped us. Scarcity. We place higher value on things that are perceived as rare or limited in availability. Authority. We tend to follow those who we perceive as credible experts. Consistency. We are more likely to follow through on commitments we have made publicly. Liking. We are more likely to be persuaded by people we like and find attractive. Social proof. We look to others for cues on how to behave, especially in uncertain situations. Effective persuasion involves building genuine rapport, establishing credibility, and framing messages in a way that resonates with the audience. However, it's crucial to apply these principles ethically, focusing on creating win-win situations and respecting the autonomy of others. Social adaptability and flexibility. In today's interconnected world, social adaptability and flexibility are essential skills. Just as water takes the shape of its container, socially intelligent individuals can adapt their approach while staying true to themselves. This involves reading social context, observing the energy level, body language, tone of voice, and physical arrangement of a space to understand the dynamics of the situation. Adjusting communication style. Adapting your approach to fit the context, whether it's a formal business meeting or a casual social gathering. Developing cultural intelligence. Understanding and respecting cultural differences in communication styles, values, and worldviews. Managing different personality types. Recognizing that different personalities require different approaches. Developing situational awareness. Understanding the underlying currents of any situation, including the context, emotional temperature, and power dynamics. Building and maintaining relationships. At the heart of social intelligence is the ability to build and maintain meaningful, lasting relationships. This is true in both our personal and professional lives. Building strong relationships requires trust. This is the foundation of any relationship and involves consistency, competence, and care. Meaningful connections. This goes beyond surface-level interactions and requires genuine effort and investment. Network building. This isn't about collecting business cards, but about cultivating authentic relationships based on mutual value and respect. Maintaining long-term relationships. This requires consistent effort and attention, much like tending to a garden. Establishing healthy boundaries. This involves setting clear expectations and limits to protect both ourselves and our relationships. Digital social intelligence. As technology increasingly shapes how we connect, communicate, and build relationships, digital social intelligence is becoming increasingly important. This involves navigating online interactions with clarity and thoughtfulness, understanding how messages can be interpreted differently online and taking care to communicate effectively. Understanding the impact of social media psychology, recognizing how online platforms can influence our perceptions of ourselves and others. Maintaining digital communication etiquette, practicing respect and consideration in online interactions, from promptly responding to emails to maintaining professionalism in virtual meetings. Building virtual relationships with authenticity and consistent effort. engaging genuinely in online interactions and putting in the effort to cultivate meaningful connections. Managing your online presence. Curating your digital footprint intentionally to align with your personal and professional goals. Practicing digital empathy. Understanding and sharing the feelings of others in virtual spaces, even when communication is limited to text. Social intelligence in professional settings. In the professional world, social intelligence is essential for building relationships, fostering collaboration, leading teams, and building networks. Workplace relationships. These require mutual respect, trust, and effective communication. Team dynamics and collaboration. This involves understanding group behavior, fostering psychological safety, and leveraging diversity. Leadership and social intelligence. Effective leaders inspire, motivate, and influence through their understanding of people. Client and stakeholder management. Building relationships with clients and stakeholders requires professionalism, empathy, and strategic thinking. Professional networking. This is about cultivating meaningful relationships based on mutual value and respect. Negotiation skills. Effective negotiators understand the needs and motivations of all parties and seek win-win outcomes. Advanced social intelligence and personal growth. Social intelligence is not just about understanding others. It's also about cultivating wisdom in our relationships and using that wisdom to navigate the complexities of human behavior with grace and purpose. Developing social wisdom. Seeing beneath the surface of interactions to recognize patterns and understand the motivations that drive human behavior. Ethical considerations. Recognizing that influence comes with responsibility and acting with integrity in all interactions. Self-reflection and feedback. Engaging in introspection to evaluate interactions and seeking feedback to gain insights into how we are perceived. Continuous improvement strategies. Making social intelligence a lifelong journey through deliberate practice and a commitment to growth. Teaching social intelligence to others. Sharing our knowledge and skills to create a ripple effect of positive change. Future trends and social dynamics. Staying aware of how technology and other factors are shaping relationships and adapting our approach. Creating positive social impact. Using our social intelligence to make a difference in the world, whether through small acts of kindness or large-scale initiatives. The principles of social intelligence are not just theoretical concepts. They are actionable strategies that can transform our relationships, our careers, and our communities. As we conclude this exploration, I encourage you to consider how you can apply these principles in your own life. Ask yourself, how can I cultivate greater wisdom in my relationships? Are my actions and words aligned with my values? What steps can I take to improve my social intelligence daily? How can I inspire others to develop their social intelligence? In what ways can I contribute to creating a more compassionate and connected world? The journey of mastering social intelligence is a lifelong pursuit. It's about continuous growth, learning, and contributing to a world where understanding and empathy prevail. Let's embrace this journey together and create a future where social intelligence is the cornerstone of our individual and collective success. Thank you.